Obviously, my neighbors had already called the police on me. Oh, I was like, God, when are all this going to stop?
Calm down, calm down. No, 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 no.
So if you have been in the UK, like you have been in this country for years and you do not have any police issues, nobody has come to your door to knock, guys, the fear of bad neighbors is the beginning of wisdom. I tell you this. So if you have been in this country and you have never had any issue like that, guys, you should be thanking God, though. I'm telling you, you should thank God. I am here to tell you this story. This is a true life story. It did not happen to anyone that I know. It happened to me, myself. I've been trying not to come out to say this. But then, just today, I have this feeling that there could be some other women or some other people passing through this same issue. Because some of us migrants that came to this country, we are kind of, oh, I don't want to report. If I report, I don't know what they will say. I don't want anything to happen to me. My BRP, my this and my that. I don't want any issue. Yeah, it's good for you to not want any issue. It's my baby. My baby is here, but it's fine. It's good for you to not want any issue. But guys, what about your health?
I know you got all dressed up for the club.
Yes, I moved out. Okay, I actually moved out from my former house. Okay, not because I wanted to leave, not because the environment is not okay, not because it's not closer to my place of work. I just needed to leave because the pressure, everything was just very unbecoming. So I couldn't bear it anymore. So if you want to hear more about this, kindly stay tuned. Do not go anywhere because I am going to tell you the story from the beginning till the end. Yeah, welcome back to my channel. My name is Blessing Emozuzu of Blessed Blessing Channels. On this channel, I film content on how you can migrate to the UK lifestyle, job sponsorship in the UK, anything that has to do with the UK. Those are the informations that I actually share on this channel. So if this interests you, kindly subscribe to my channel, and also do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you get notified anytime I upload new videos. It's actually something that I never wanted to do. I have actually shot several videos about this, okay, but they never made it to light because after shooting, I was like, Blessing, should I post it? Should I leave it? Then I'll just end up deleting that video. Okay, so I've done several videos where I actually wanted to bring this to you guys, but then I just pray that this one that I'm shooting now finally comes out. I want people to hear and also to learn from all the things that I passed through. Probably it will be helping someone also. I actually came to the UK 2 years ago, as a young lady that relocated with her family to the UK. I was a little bit scared. Yeah, it's another man's land. I've never been to the UK, not just the UK. I've never been to any Western world before. So it's actually my first time of coming to the UK. So there were some things that I passed through that ordinarily I'm not supposed to bear those things. I was supposed to probably go through the right authorities by trying to report and all that. But because, someone is kind of, I will not use that word naive, because I was never naive. Yeah, because of course I'm learned, I am very brilliant, I'm intelligent. But then because you are new, in that location, so you just have to just stand and observe things first. Yeah, so that was exactly what happened to me. So when I moved in to the UK, somehow we got an apartment. It's agency though. Till now, I don't really know who the landlord is. Okay, so I got the house through an agency who is acting as the landlord. We signed the contract, everything was fine. Then we moved in. Of course, I moved in with my family. Then I had 2 kids. Okay, I was pregnant, I gave birth in that same house. Everything was fine. Before then, back forward to, few months after we moved in. I think that was like 3 months after we moved in because, I moved in with my husband at first. Okay, so when we got our children, our kids, they came to the house. They were 2 boys, guys. You know how boys are. Guys, I passed through so many things. I don't know the right word to use to quantify how I felt within that period because I was intimidated. I felt so bad. The truth is that I have some friends that are British, yeah, and they are very lovely. I have British friends, even my colleagues in the office, okay, they are so lovely people. My class, because I came in as a student, okay, in my class I got some British friends also, and they were so lovely. So I felt, or I expected everybody to be like them, okay. So, and of course, you know how it is when you're walking on the street, they are always smiling, and once they smile to you, of course I would always, you know, respond by smiling back. So I just felt that everyone is going to be the same, that they are going to be, you know, lovely throughout. When I moved in with my husband to this house, my guys, everything was fine at first, okay, until my children came in. And you know these kids, how they are. I got 2 boys, yeah, 4 and 2. That's 4 years and 2 years, okay. So immediately they moved in, we made arrangements for them to start school, but unfortunately we were told that they cannot start school until September, and they came in March. What that means is that we'll be having up to 6 months, okay, that will not be going anywhere. They will just be at home, okay. Yeah, we actually did some activities for them. We had to register them, swimming classes, you know, to go out, you know, just to do indoors activities, and of course outdoors activities also. So most times during the week, you know, they always go out, but somehow they will definitely come back to their house, of course, because there is nothing like home. So there is this my neighbor, my next door neighbor. I don't know if you'll be watching me today. You actually dealt with me emotionally. I will not say financially because money was never involved, but emotionally, I don't even know how to quantify it. Okay, I was so depressed. It was giving me serious concern. This my neighbor dealt with me. I think they are husband and wife. You know how this country is. You will not even know who your next door neighbor is. Even if they come out tomorrow, I don't think I'll be able to recognize their faces, yeah, but I know they are husband and wife, and there is another elderly woman, not that advanced, but another woman that should be like 40 something to 50 that is living in that house also. So like I said, my house is 2-bedroom terraced house. Houses are lined up like this, so door by door, each flat is very close to the next door. That's how we were. Unfortunately for me, they started complaining that my children were disturbing them. Of course, these kids, once they are in the house, they will run up and down, they will run upstairs, they have their room, they will go to their room, they will run down, they play everywhere. So, but I never knew that this was a concern, you know, to them, guys. Okay, I was just on my own, jejely, one morning, only for me to hear this knock on the door. It was one of these people, okay. I think it's the elderly lady. She came and she was like, oh, your child. I'm sorry, please, can you just tell them to keep it low? I said, okay, I will. That was it. But then I asked myself, there's nothing much I can do, because it's not like they were shouting, they were not crying, just that they were running up and down, okay. So not up to 30 minutes again, she came back the second time and she knocked and she was like, your children are disturbing me. I said, okay, I'm sorry, I will try to address them, but you know, they are kids, I can't really do much because they are just. So what I did was to contact my, you know, my spiritual mother. I just tested her, see, this is what I'm passing through. So she has been in the UK here for long, so she was like, okay, just try to manage the children, give them more activities outside. If they can always go for these activities, they will have limited time to be at home. These complaints will definitely come down. I said, okay. That was how I registered them again for some other classes, okay. But you know, these classes, you pay for them, so it's not every time. Myself, that I just came as a student, I don't work much, and I was pregnant. It's not even every day that I will have the power to go outside with these kids. You understand? You don't expect me to always leave the house just because I don't want my kids to disturb you. I tried my best to control them. The point, I discovered that it was not just them, even the next door neighbor again. They were all complaining about my kids. At this point, I was already kind of frustrated. I don't know what to do. And it was even within this period that I saw one video. If you can remember, there was a video I posted on my channel where one black lady was murdered by the neighbor. I don't know if you guys saw the video, okay? So I was not scared. I said, oh God, I don't want anything to happen to me and my children. I don't know why these people kept coming out and my kids are disturbing them. As if that was not enough. 2 days after, I heard another knock on my door. This is another neighbor entirely. He came and he was like, that my kids are disturbing his cat, his pet, that the pet could not sleep just because of the noise coming from my flat. So I apologized. I wrote a letter of apology even after he left. Okay, that I am so sorry that we are still trying to work on them. Okay, because these kids, they just got into the country, so it takes them time to adapt. They should just give us little time that they are going to be fine. See, today I did not get response, you know, regarding that letter, apology letter that I wrote. But I said, okay. But guys, the one that actually made me feel bad was my little son of 2 years. There was a day we were going out. Immediately we opened the door. This lady came out. That's the next door neighbor, okay? The one that has, you know, the first one that came to complain. Yeah, she came out with her spouse. Immediately they came out from their flat. It was that same time that I was opening my door. So my son just ran out and went, because my son is so lovely. So he just ran out and was like, hi, auntie. This lady just snubbed, like totally ignored this child. I was like, oh, even to a child? So my child was not there. Hello, auntie. She did not even respond. She was just looking at the boy. So I now had to walk up to my son just to cheer him up. You know, I said, hi, sweetheart. It's okay. Let's just go inside. That was how we now went back inside. We did not go out again that day. Okay, so it was that bad. But then again, I was not like, oh, why? This is just a child. They haven't done anything wrong. You can't stop them from playing, okay? And the noise was not really that much. I've done research about, you know, the level of noise that is acceptable, you know, in an environment, okay? Because, of course, you don't need to disturb your neighbor. I know all that. Not even at night. None of them came that my children are disturbing at night. Broad daylight, okay? And according to UK law, it's supposed to be from 11 p.m. There is a level of noise that is not acceptable from 11 p.m. I'm sorry, I have a little baby here. But don't worry, someone is with the baby. He's fine, okay? So that was it. The next thing, they started calling police on me. So I would just come and then I would just see that police are just in front of my house. Though they did not really come inside, but they just, you know, they stood opposite my house, just staring at my door. So anybody could tell. Of course, I could tell that these people are here because of me and because of my children. Obviously, my neighbors had already called the police on me. I was like, God, when are all this going to stop? This period, I was pregnant. Yeah, I had 2 kids I was always taking care of. My husband is very supportive, okay? But he has to go to work because I wasn't working. Remember, I was heavily pregnant, okay? So I couldn't go to work. My husband is always at work working because we have to pay our bills. Okay, now they are putting me through all this. Yeah. So at the time, I was like, oh my God, when is all this going to be over? Not until one day, guys. I will never forget this day. My God. Okay. Yeah, fast forward to like after a few months. Okay, I had already put to bed. That night, I went somewhere with my baby. So when I had finished with this person that we went to say is a family friend, okay, so I rang my husband to come and pick us up. So my husband actually drove from our house to pick me up. I didn't know there was an issue. Immediately, we just got back. Like we were just coming out from the car. We had already packed. We were coming out from the car. Only for us to see these people standing in front of our house. I was like, what is happening here? The next thing I heard was that, hello, are you guys the ones living there? That was the question I heard. I was like, yes. What happened? Because I remember I left my 2 kids, of course, with my mom, because my mom was around, and then my sister that came to visit us. So I was like, what is the problem? And they said that there is a situation now that I should just go in and find out for myself. When we walked closer, guys, there was this particular man. He was shouting like the whole neighborhood literally gathered in front of our house. I was like, what is going on? I was so scared. So I knocked at the door and my mom was answering me from the window. You know, she wanted to confirm if I was the one because she was scared, according to her. So when I now got in, I asked them what happened. They said immediately my husband left the house to come and pick us up. My 2-year-old son was crying after him. So my mom was trying to calm him down. This man that created that chaos in front of my house, this neighbor, okay, then came out. Yeah, okay. Then my mom opened the window and was like, oh, the child is fine. I am the grandma. I am here with my grandson. He's fine. There is nothing wrong with him. According to my mom, and of course with the scenario that I witnessed that evening. So this man now came to the door and was begging at the door that they should open this door. Open this door. If you don't open this door now, I'm going to ring the police on you. So my mom was so scared. Remember, she's an old woman. And my sister that is there, yeah, you know, she has never been to that locality before because she only came for a visit. So she too was scared. They didn't know what to do. So they wanted to ring the police. And then they were calling me. But my phone was inside my bag. My husband was driving. So I couldn't pick the call because I did not hear the phone ring. Okay. So when they tried to explain to me the situation, the next thing, the man kept, you know, banging at the door that he's going to break the door if they don't bring out that child now. Yes, I understand that it's after the well-being of the child, right? Yeah. But now, somebody had already explained to you that the child is fine. You could even see that the child is with an adult in the house. It's not like they abandoned the child. You could see that the grandmom is even there. 2 adults are in the house with the child. So I don't understand why you are on, you know, on and on with, I want to ring the police, I want to report, I want to do this, because they are not doing anything wrong. And at this point, guys, when I walked in, my child was not crying. He was already calm. Okay, yes, I know my son. I know him perfectly. I know he can cry. That's the truth, okay? But once you try to give him something like, you know, some cookies, some cake, he will be calm, which my mom had already done. And the boy is calm. But you coming out and was ranting that you want to ring the police, you want to break my door. I was so angry. I was very angry. I walked up to this guy, that's the neighbor, and I was like, what is the problem? Myself and my husband, we actually walked up to him. So he was like, hey, that the child was crying. And he was like, oh, he said that this child was disturbing him. I said, okay. The child was disturbing because the father just left the house. My husband was never aware that the child was crying for him. If not, there's nothing there. He would just put him inside the car and then take him to meet us. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But he was not aware that the child was crying. And now, someone has already come out to explain the situation to you. Okay? So why are you now worried? It's not like he's after the well-being of my child. I know he's not after the well-being of my child. I know that. What he's on was just that the child is disturbing, the child is crying. Why would the child be crying? And a child, what do you want me to do? What do you actually want the adult that is with this child? What do you want that adult to do? She can only try to calm the child down by trying to give him, you know, some toys to play with, offering some other support, you know, just for the child to calm down. And it's only the child that will decide, you know, to calm down or not. We don't really have control over this situation. So guys, that was just it. And of course, the next thing, he had already called the police, and the police came. We explained the situation. This is it, this is it. And the police understand perfectly, because when they came to the house, they checked the child. The child was fine. There was no point of injury. There was no bruises, nothing. The child was perfectly okay. So when they arrived, they discovered that this child was okay. And they went on that your neighbor is having the concern. I said, yes, this neighbor has been on us right from the first day that these children stepped foot into this house. They have been on that the children are disturbing. What they actually want me to do? Okay, so the police just came and they calmed us down. They said everything is fine, that they are just concerned. Probably the child is not okay. Maybe that's why the child is always crying. I said, it's my children. I gave birth to these children, crying out loud. It took me years. I stayed in my marriage over 5 years before having these children. So they are all I got in this life. I cannot play with them. I don't joke with my children. Anybody that stays around knows that I do not joke with my children. So I don't understand where all these are coming from. The truth is that some of these people are just racist. Because if it was to be a white person that was in that house with those children, I don't think that that neighbor would have come up a couple of times, you know, knocking at the door. That is the truth. I'm telling you, that is what I feel. Because you can't be coming to my house every day. If I was the one coming to your door to knock, I know you would have rang the police on me. Truth is that some of these people, they see us migrants as if we are coming to take their rights. I understand how it is, because seeing people, foreign people in your country, you could actually have the feelings that maybe these people are coming to dominate or something. We came here as legal migrants, guys. We paid lots of money and we are contributing to the economy. I'm not saying that all of them are like that. We still have the lovely ones. That was how I left. And since I moved to this house, I have had peace of mind. Nobody will come and knock at my door that my children are playing and they are disturbing. They have enough space to play. You know, they have the garden. And so far, everything has been going on well. I pray that it will continue to be well, you know, just like this. If you don't learn anything from this video, learn that if you have a bad neighbor that is always picking on you and your kids, guys, run. Please share this video for me, guys. Share this video for me, please. I beg you, share this video, because there are some other people, you know, that are in similar situation. And please do not leave without smashing the like button. Thank you for watching, and I remain blessing, a Mozozo of Blessing channels. What app do you normally use to send money? Naira app. Naira app is one of the apps that I've actually discovered. Okay, you can use to send money to African countries, yeah, and they will receive the money instantly. My guys, the rate is so amazing. I don't want to talk much about this Naira app. Just try it out. I will leave the link on the description box of this video. So all you have to do is just for you to go there, and do not forget to use my promo code. See you on my next one. Bye.